world? Welcome back to another episode of Sodium presented by Straight Dope Media. Spice here along with Juice.
What's good?
Juice, you know what I'm salty about today?
What's that, bro?
I can't really put it into like some direct, clean topic, but I am getting increasingly saltier by the day, feeling like we're missing out on great live like musical performances on like just basic TV.
So
Like-
just live performances?
No, I mean it comes down to the type of music because if this is no like swipe on anybody necessarily, but like if I'm trying to think of a rapper today because I don't really listen to this mess right now.
I couldn't help
But
you.
let's say NBA YoungBoy is performing live
Okay.
on. We'll just pick Jimmy Kimmel. Okay.
That would never happen, by the way.
I don't really care. I'm just throwing it out as an example. I'm not going to watch. It's not going to move the needle for me. I don't care. This is not a swipe against this gentleman. I don't particularly. The music industry, for the most part, has left me in the past, and that's okay. Because I'm just being honest. Like there's certain people can stick with trends and things. Music left me
No, that's understandable.
somewhere in the 90s.
Okay.
But as a person who loves, I do still love like hip hop and R&B. It's just especially where I feel like R&B has gotten to this place where every song has gotten to a level of more like blatant vulgarity where 30, 40, 50 years ago, everything was like innuendos. It was hidden. There was like work being done to not sound so raw and vulgar.
Yeah. There's a message behind a message.
Right, where now everything's just kind of like bow in your face, and hip hop's not exactly in a place. I think I've outgrown hip hop as far as what it is, like what the content is. I can still hear a song and be like, yo, that beat's dope, or hey man, yo, the lyricist, the flow's nice, the lyrics are nice.
Yeah.
I can still say that and admit that it's not for me.
Okay.
But what I'm getting more so at is like, go back and watch Bobby Brown in the 1990 American Music Awards. Like he put on a show. This man danced and sang for 7 straight minutes. You know, you watch an MC Hammer live performance. My man was on 400 from the time he walked out on the stage until he walked off the stage.
Oh, that's a fact.
But more so about vocals, like live vocals.
Okay. So I put it like this. Because I think I see where you're going
Okay.
with the conversation. So the music today doesn't match. It's not that type of energy that they can't even give that type of energy on the performance, even if they try, because that's not what the music's really suited for.
Fair.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
fair. Absolutely.
Back in the day, and you also got to think, like, back in the day, they was really...
Yo, nobody opens their mouth right now. What is that?
What was it? Everybody's using? Well, you talking about on records?
Yeah, I mean, just their
Are
vocals.
you talking about, yeah.
This lazy, low.
I mean, it's just a style. I
Can't
think
understand.
once Future came out, bro, it was...
I don't give a damn who it is. I don't know who. I don't care who started it. I like I've said before, it's not for me. But
No.
what is that?
I don't know. It's not something I can really like get into. You know what I mean? I know we're probably on the same page when it comes to like hip hop. I love hip hop. I love, hip hop's gonna keep on creating itself.
Of course.
Ever since the beginning of the time, it's just gradually just elevated and elevated and elevated. And it's always been hip hop is a young man's game.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say that we hit a peak, because you know what I mean? We hit a peak to where it gets great and then it kind of slides off and then it goes into the next bit, like into the next, whatever it's going to transform into.
Right.
But coming from where we come from, you had to put on that show, baby. And back then they was really grinding to get their bread.
Of
Back
course.
then they was in competition with each other.
Yeah.
You named MC Hammer, you named Bobby Brown. Man, I'm thinking about Prince. I'm thinking about Mike. I'm thinking about, them brothers performed Moore's Day.
That was a show, man.
They was putting on actual shows.
Yo, my mom said she went to a Prince concert and this man got naked. I'm talking like Johnson out naked.
Who?
Prince.
Oh, that's not surprising. My mom loved Prince. By the way.
My mom loved Prince too, man.
You know, when I was younger, I was more so Michael Jackson fan.
Yeah.
But the more I grew up and musically, like once I started actually like working on music and doing my own thing, I was like, man, Prince was a bad boy. He just made awkward sounds from time to time.
He made a lot of awkward sounds. Like, you remember Jamie Foxx, I Need Security, when he got on that piano at the end?
Killed that.
But
Killed that. Yo, he killed
Tweep.
that. Yo. No, you remember when he did tennis ball at the ESPYs?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Legendary performance.
But to your point though, the point you just made, and I ain't trying to make waves around here or get cussed out or get chased by somebody out in the streets.
It's just our opinions. We all got opinions.
Bro, if somebody told me to pick Prince or Michael Jackson, I'm picking Prince.
Oh, I'm saying.
I'm picking Prince. That's not to say that I don't love and revere Michael Jackson, but
it's well, for me it's more than the music.
It's more than the music, yeah.
I mean, like that man was so talented. It was ridiculous. I mean, he played every instrument. Learned everything.
And the songwriting.
I don't know if you like ever try to like learn like an instrument or was like ever interested. You know, like I played the piano.
I was able to play the trombone. That was about it.
For real?
Yeah.
I always wanted to learn how to play. But like I played the
You
piano.
feel dumb.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, just for me being in the band and you see the drummers and you see somebody with a saxophone and I'm over here talking about some.
Ooh.
No.
Did you ever see that one dude on? I'm about to show you the video.
I'm sorry.
He's a trombone player at a HBCU. Willie's
Willie Beeman.
It ain't Willie Beeman. It ain't Willie Beeman. Willie B. I can't remember your name, but man, he put on a hell of a performance.
Yo, you can't put on a show with a trombone. I'm just saying, I wasn't that guy.
Yeah.
I can admit when I can and can't do something.
He was the prince of
I need
trombones.
to stay as far away from instruments as possible.
But yeah, this being able to learn every instrument. I mean, the man played the drums. He played the keyboard, played the bass, played the guitar. He played the harmonica. He didn't care. He didn't care.
Yeah.
But he was so multi-talented. And on top of that, to sing, the dance. And on top of that, making it so memorable.
Yeah.
Even if it was awkward.
Sometimes.
You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes a little awkward.
I mean, because who else can be that, like, have that femininity?
Who is that?
It look like Chambers?
Nah, it's some other dude with sideburns. That's a bad look.
He was just a mystery, man. Yeah. And, you know, I don't think he really got. I mean, he got the love that he deserved, but he really didn't get the love that he deserved.
I agree.
You know,
especially later in life. I mean, if you think about it, yeah, he performed halftime at Super Bowl 41. No, 46.
That was
no, it was Super Bowl 41. That was when the Colts played the Bears.
Was that the Purple Rain performance when it
was literally raining?
Yeah.
And I feel like it was the last thing,
which only Prince can do. That's crazy,
right? I feel like that was the last thing that Prince did that people find relevant. You know, I'm not saying it's the last relevant thing that he did. I'm saying that the masses find relevant.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But let me get back. Let me get back to where I was really headed with this. See, for the youngsters out there, I mean, people who might know who Arsenio Hall is only because they watched Coming to America or Coming to America, the sequel. Arsenio Hall had a show. Like, he had a talk show in the late 80s, early 90s. And if you went on Arsenio Hall's show and was going to perform as an artist, that was your live vocals.
Yeah.
These were not lip syncers.
Yeah.
And when you go watch a lot of these old clips, like I still will go and watch old clips from the Arsenio Hall show, man. Christopher Williams put on a straight up show, a vocal show. He's the one, not some dancer.
Talking about
the cat that performed I'm Dreaming?
Don't wait.
Yeah. He put on a vocal show. He stayed pretty much in one area of the stage. He wasn't some flashy dancer or something like that. But those were his live vocals. I know you remember my dad used to have that VHS tape where he had all his he recorded from TV to music videos and the recordings from
yeah.
Okay, so you remember the performance that Guy did on the Arsenio Hall show? Live performance. Yo, they tore the house down. But that was when they were done performing, Arsenio Hall was running around the stage going, God. God, God. Right, but those were live vocals, man, and they had to put on a show. Then wait 1 second, but now and then I'm gonna let you go. There was Showtime at the Apollo, which was you had the whole talent show aspect of it, of people trying to sing and be noticed through that. And if you suck, the clown come out chasing you with the chair, or they had comedians on there. But at the end of the shows, you had a live performance from an actual artist. And I mean, I remember like being a little kid, and kids, man, you fall asleep at random times and stuff. I remember waking up at like 11 o'clock and my mom was sitting there watching like Kid and Play on Showtime at the Apollo, or Keith Sweat, or Tevin Campbell, and these dudes were singing. High Five, like they were singing.
I think the difference is back then you had to have talent. I don't think talent today is what's really running the engine. You know what I mean? It's a different type of gas today. Like it's more so like they're selling. It's more so about selling it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Back then, like I don't think they really care if you actually have talent. If you look at the music today.
Yeah.
Like how you was just saying, like, what's up with the mumble? You know what I mean? Like without even really saying nothing. Even though it is speaking to this generation, that really ain't for us. But like back then you actually had to have talent. Like you had to be able to sing.
Right.
I don't know if there was auto-tune, or I don't know if they could fix it back in the day. But like when you got on that microphone,
there was certainly smoothing.
Yeah, they probably had to edit it somehow.
Yeah. But
just like we just watched a video not too long ago with Teddy Pendergrass. My man Teddy. We were just watching some live performances, and it was just like, man, like sound just like the record. Stevie Wonder to this day. Bro, I was listening to his he had a tour in Spain. It was a live performance over in Spain. Every record sounded just like it would come out on the radio.
Yeah, but is that because Stevie's singing is only so good? I never thought Stevie Wonder was the greatest singer in the world.
He's not.
But I thought what he put together as the entire production with his vocals was great.
It was made for him.
Yeah.
He wasn't the best singer vocally. But like the boy can throw it down. Like the live performances was amazing. You know what I mean? And then like even like think about any other girl groups like SWV.
Woo.
Like if you know what I'm saying, like if they was doing the Arsenio show, it was all their vocals. Yeah. Like there wasn't no background vocals besides, maybe like a little ad-libs here and there with the background singers. But as far as their parts, it was all their vocals. Now, I guess the only one, I can't say the only one, but like who's relevant today, who's doing that, is probably Beyonce probably does that. Because Beyonce can sing, bro.
Yeah, I know. Like I probably haven't actually. Hate,
by the way.
No, I mean, listen, man. If You Have My Love came on the radio right now, I'd let it rock.
Oh,
do you remember that?
Big fan
from the album On the Six. But anyway, Beyonce can sing. I certainly ain't gonna say nothing negative about that. I'm so stuck in the past. Like it takes somebody like you or Tizo to be like, yo, you need to listen to this.
Yeah.
Or Driz, my man Driz, to tell me you need to listen to this before I actually listen to something. Because I don't hear anything that's on it. Like if you get in my truck right now, I got satellite radio. Heart and Soul is the only radio station that's a preset that plays anything that came out in like the last 15 years or 10 years. Like I don't listen to a lot of new stuff. But let me spin that record backwards just a hair. Just because I wanted to say, you know who was a highly underrated girl group? Jade. Yeah, you remember Jade. Don't Walk Away, Every Day of the Week.
Oh man, I do know these. I know all these songs that you're naming. I'm just trying to remember how they went.
They all sang. Like it wasn't a situation where they had a lead singer and then the other two were good singers. No, all three of those ladies sang, like evenly dispersed throughout the songs.
I'm still trying to think. I'm thinking about In Vogue. I'm thinking about
Yo,
that.
and the ladies from Invoke could sing as well, man.
Oh, they was.
You know what I mean?
They
It's
was
not,
nice.
but I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen a trio or more where all those parts, whether it be male or female, evenly sang these songs.
Why do you think they stopped them?
What stopped Jade?
No, just like groups in general.
I think part of it I think just comes down to
Because you just kind of made me think a little bit here. Because I was just like, man, I haven't heard.
Well, this was an idea that me and Tizo had actually talked about before about an episode, but we forget that. We can talk about that right now. I think that when you look at most groups, you have one or two members of that group
Yeah.
that can really go out and sing on their own.
Yeah.
So like I'm not gonna not to age myself out or come off with something weird, but I'm just picking out a group that was a big part of my childhood because my cousin Janelle absolutely loved them. NSYNC, right?
Yeah.
So you had 5 members, but only Justin and JC could actually go out and sing and make a record that might be a hit.
Yeah, I think the Backstreet Boys was like the same way too.
Yeah, because you had Nick Carter and Brian Luttrell, but Brian was like the leader, like the lead singer of the group, but I don't think he ever had a single that really moved the needle. I guess it was kind of like Nick Carter only had a couple singles that actually mattered, but when you look at like NSYNC, like Justin Timberlake is a worldwide major artist.
Oh, he took us all the way.
Yeah, and JC had an album, but to me the only thing he ever did relevant, he was featured on the wait, was that Black? Bring It All to Me. You remember that?
And oh baby,
he was featured on the remix, and to me that's like the most relevant thing he did outside of NSYNC.
Yeah, but that was kind of like an odd move. But we'll go on from there.
It was kind of an odd.
It was an odd move.
It was a little bit of an odd move.
That made no sense.
But when you look at the groups, like what happens to the other ones, and then if you're a record label, man, if I can make this song and I only got to pay one guy.
Oh well, yeah, I guarantee money.
Why am I going to pay these other cats?
I guarantee money has a lot to do.
Especially now when you can essentially manufacture background singers or extra vocals.
Well, people have been doing backgrounds forever.
I know that.
You know what I mean?
I know that. I'm not saying that, but I mean now you've taken the amount the way technology is. It's taken a lot of that extra work out.
Right. Okay.
That used to have to be done to either mask somebody's vocals or it's
but
so
there was
much
nothing
easier.
like that live.
No, look, bro, I'm not arguing with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you on. It's why, like, no matter what, you asked me earlier, what's one song that comes on that could come on the radio and you can't turn it off, right? And I said After 7, Heat of the Moment.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm thinking of a whole list of songs. Like, there's like 5 mint condition songs right now, but those were live and they played live instruments, fam.
Mint condition, I know.
Like live instruments. Forget not just great vocals, but live instruments.
Yep.
But even a group like Mint Condition, that was Stokely Williams.
Yeah.
Nobody really cared. No offense. Nobody really cared what the other dudes actually sounded like on their own.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely I hate to say like a lead, but there's always going to be a lead.
There's typically always a lead, but that's why I brought up Jade because, like I said, I don't even know any of the ladies' names in Jade. Probably because really it's only because they only had like 3 singles that I think that I can really remember, even though all 3 songs I loved.
Yeah.
Especially Don't Walk Away. But you asked why do I think groups went away, and I think that's one reason, man. I mean, business is business, and companies are only worried about the bottom line. Why pay 5 when you can pay 1?
Yeah, that's a big fact. But
I miss them.
Just to spin it back to what we're really talking about here is live performances.
Right.
You know, like, man, there was nothing like that, man. Like when Shy dropped that and if I
ever fall in love, yeah.
What? That acapella?
Yo, that was another group though that actually all the members could sing and they pretty much sang evenly.
Who was the other one? Was it Take 5 who did that? They had like
Take 5, yeah.
Was it Take 5 had that one?
Take 5. There was who was the cats, man? They had the little short dude with the really dark cat. He sang really aggressive, man. I can't. Wow, I'm so mad at myself, man.
Name a song.
No. Silk, Freak Me.
Silk. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I remember that.
But like, you know, it was more than just one person singing in Silk.
Yeah.
But like for me, it's hard to look at groups, at least from our era. I'm not gonna go clear back to the Temptations and the Four Tops and all that.
Yeah.
But like New Edition. Okay, Bobby Brown gave you Mr. Telephone Man, but I mean I love Bobby Brown. I love Don't Be Cruel. Like the album itself, it's one of those albums. I have CDs of Don't Be Cruel. I have like 5 of them. Because back when CD players were still in cars, I had a CD of Don't Be Cruel in every vehicle I had that had CD players. But
that's funny.
But New Edition, like N.E. Heartbreak with Ralph and Johnny, like Can You Stand the Rain? What?
Classic songs.
Like to have both of those voices on the song. You got Ricky Bell could sing. Now Ronnie DeVoe, Mike Bivins is another story, man. Them cats can't sing.
But they made it work.
But they made it work.
Yeah.
And, you know, that little simple, you know, Mike Bivins coming in the song. Come on, baby. Let's go, kid. Like that, even though it's not really singing.
Yeah.
If that's not in the song, like I would feel like something's missing. It
takes out a little bit of a special ingredient.
A special ingredient.
Because you don't always have to be able to sing to make a hot record. You really don't.
However, do you remember when New Edition was on the Arsenio Hall show? And Johnny went berserk at the end of Can You Stand the Rain?
No. We're going to pull up a clip.
He was singing and ad-libbing so hard at the end. It was like he was trying to prove a point.
I mean, he might have. Man, back then, bro, you know, when jealousy was in not too hidden.
It wasn't too hidden.
You know what I mean?
No.
They would make statements, but I think that's what kept the game so fly back in the day, man. Because even though they was in the group, it was still competitive.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Time out real quick. We got a video playing on the TV right over here now. It's like top 10 NBA dunks of like the last decade or something. I don't know half of these dudes.
He got drafted. Look like he's from remember the movie Holes?
I
don't know who that was.
I didn't watch Holes, man. I remember reading a book in school, and the book was doo-doo, and I don't care about Shia LaBeouf, so I didn't watch it. But I don't know who half of these guys, like that, this guy here looks like he just took my order at Wendy's last week.
Hey, yo.
You don't know?
This has to be old, because I think that's Tobias Harris.
Look, bro. This says the last 10 years.
Okay,
so this is from 16 or newer.
It had to have been older.
I don't know who half of these cats are. Hassan Whiteside played in Utah. That shows you how long it's been since I actually cared about the NBA.
You don't be watching the games?
No, that was all Breon's fault. When we was coming out to y'all's crib and watching the Eastern Conference Finals when y'all was living out Sea Rays, that was Breon's fault.
Hey,
I wouldn't have watched that mess if it was for him. You kidding me? I didn't know who was who, so when we played 2K, I wasn't getting just throttled and stomped.
What you do on the off season of football? What you be watching?
Well, I got NASCAR, baby.
Okay.
NASCAR runs from February to November.
You be getting down with the baseball?
I love baseball.
Okay.
I'll watch a baseball game before I watch a basketball game.
I feel like this, man. I'm at this age to where long as it's a sport, bro, sometimes.
So you're going to watch Olympic curling?
Bro, you be surprised in the summertime. I'll be outside in the gazebo, and I don't care if it's ping pong, cornhole. I watch championship bowling matches.
I will watch bowling. You ever watch them videos on YouTube of them dudes bugging out, like the professional bowlers like getting mad?
Oh yeah,
because that's some funny stuff, man. That is some funny stuff.
Oh, bro, I done seen some interesting games, yo. And I haven't bowled in forever, but I've never remembered it to be that competitive. Like one day in my life,
they're getting paid to do it. We wouldn't be getting paid, are they?
Even if you was to pay me to throw this ball down this lane to hit some pins. I just want you to know what the hell you're doing and what you're getting mad at.
Look, I would love to see somebody like a professional bowler get so mad that he overhand throws a ball towards.
Like, what if they start like getting revs and actually fighting? That would be hilarious.
What, bowlers fighting?
In bowling, yes.
Like fist fighting?
Yes, throwing hands.
Yo, did you see what happened to Jarrell Miller last night? The boxer. He got his toupee knocked off.
The toupee? I thought it was AI when I seen it earlier.
Nah, man, that's real.
Knocked his wig off, literally.
Yo, why wouldn't you just? You're getting ready to fight. Why wouldn't you just shave it all off? Did you hear his reasoning as why he had it?
No, but please explain.
He said that he went to his mom's and was going to wash his hair, and instead of grabbing shampoo, he grabbed ammonia, and that's what happened to the hair on the top of his head.
For some reason, I don't believe it. I'll say that.
Like, bro, just be bald at that point, man.
Just I put it like this: it was too perfectly.
I agree.
That ammonia ain't gonna line.
Nah, and if you're gonna wash it out, the chemical's still gonna wash down the rest of your hair.
Yeah, I mean, you can clearly see
the line.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Look like he look like he lined up like the back nine. I'm not even going front.
Look, man, we don't get way off
topic. We talk about live performances.
Yeah, let's hit a couple more points and then take this mess home.
I bet.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because I feel like I don't hear the same passion in vocals.
You know what? You picked the perfect word for that. A passion.
Yeah.
For performances. That's something that's really lacking, I would say, more so today than anything. It's just the passion of the music. I mean, look, man, I got so many theories on it because think about it, man. The money's bigger nowadays.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It can be a one-hit wonder, and they're giving these kids millions to where back then you actually was grinding.
You were broke.
Yes. You was grinding for that.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, it's a whole different game. And even if you did sell like 10 million records, they was most likely to go and take that money anyway.
Well, I mean, that's the purpose of like concert tours.
Yeah.
Because artists, that's really where artists make their money.
Yeah, that's how they eat.
And we went to, me, my wife, Tizo, his wife, we went to the 24 Karat Magic Bruno Mars tour. Man, I can't believe it's been almost 10 years ago now. But the tickets sold out quick, and then more came up for sale. My mom, I was at work one day, and my mom was like, "Hey, I can get these tickets for y'all real quick. Do you want them?" I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Pick where you want to sit."
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at the map in the arena, and for some reason in my head, I'm thinking we're going to be like looking at the side of the stage. Mm-hmm. Nah, son, we were behind the stage. So I will apologize to DJ Tizo and Mrs. Tizo for putting us behind the stage. And we ended up with some drunk lady who thought we hated her. We actually left during Bruno Mars's performance, not because of Bruno Mars, mostly because of the fact we had to essentially watch the television. We had to watch the screen to see the performance. And we had to deal with this drunk lady that looked like a young Cher who thought we hated her.
Yeah.
Even though none of us had actually talked to her. She was like 2 aisles down. We had never said a word to this girl. She just got up and looked at us in our faces and she was like, "Why are you mad at me?"
She was just.
And I really wanted to cuss her out. But that I was like, you know what? I don't need to make a scene down here. I just want to get home at this point. But my mom was like, when we got home and I told her like what happened, like how, like what the seats were like, and she was like, "Why would they even sell seats back there? That ain't right." And then I started to think, I'm like, listen, this is how Bruno Mars makes his money.
Yeah.
If people are willing to pay to sit behind the stage, go ahead and pay. He will gladly take that money. And I don't begrudge him for that fact.
I don't blame him in one bit.
But that's how they get their money. It ain't because of the record deal. It ain't because they're playing that record on the radio 87 times a day.
Yeah.
It's that touring money. So I get it. And then money's different. But Bruno Mars put on a great show. Like his vocals were on point for all the dancing he had to do.
I bet.
And he can legitimately sing.
Man, I wonder what him and Pac's concert was like. Him and Anderson.
That
Paak.
had to have been fire.
Oh, I know. That's one of my favorite artists. I will say that. Anderson Paak is
Yeah,
one of my favorites right now, man.
Yeah, you ever listen to that Free Nationals album that came out a couple years ago? That had the song Gidget on it?
I don't think so.
You need to hear that.
I have to peep game.
I'm not the one typically putting somebody on to some music.
Yeah.
You need to hear that. You at least listen to Gidget. No, you need to listen to the whole album, honestly.
Yeah.
You need to listen to the whole album.
I'll definitely have to peep game. I love listening to I get excited when there's a new album about to come out, man.
Yeah, this ain't new. This is old. It's old now.
Well, for me,
It's new to you, yeah, but it's old now.
Something new to my ears, man. Cause that's what you know what I mean? That's something that I always loved, yo. When somebody can actually put like a body of work together.
Yeah.
I get excited. Now, if it's just like an album, like even if you are good at rapping or whatever, good at singing, but if it's just like an album where it just kind of going everywhere, it's just like, it's good, but it ain't like a body of work like Confessions.
Yeah.
Or something like that. You know what I mean? Confessions was a body of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Usher killed that.
We do need to wrap this up, but not to get farther off topic. That's one reason why I absolutely love Jay-Z's album American Gangster. That was like, you know,
underrated. I would say that was underrated.
Highly underrated.
Yeah.
Highly
he killed
underrated.
that album.
One of my absolute favorite rap songs of all time is on that album, and it was not released as a single.
Well, which one?
Say Hello.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, what was the joint? Pharrell produced it on that album.
I know.
Yeah.
Even a noted Jay-Z, I don't want to call him hater, but something like Breon, our man Breon. He always had to take shots at Hove. Even he liked I Know.
Bro, and it was just the way that he broke that whole record down.
Yeah.
The metaphor.
Man, oh my.
Killed that record, man. One of my favorite records, man.
Yeah.
Zip Fro to this day. Like I can still listen
That was
to
another American Gangster was another one of those CDs I had in like every vehicle.
I don't blame you.
I had American Gangster in every vehicle. I had Don't Be Cruel in every vehicle. I had Ryan Leslie's self-titled album in every vehicle. I had Wale's Attention Deficit in every vehicle. And there was another album that I'm forgetting about that I had in every car. Oh, Any Heartbreak. New edition, Any Heartbreak.
What was on that album? I think I know that album.
If It Isn't Love.
Okay, yep.
Can You Stand the Rain? You're Not My Kind of Girl. Any Heartbreak. Like Crucial. Like, oh my gosh. But see here, all right, we're done after this. This is another video that me and Tizo had already talked about and we're going to do. That was another one of those deals where, and that was like a big thing in the late 80s and early 90s. They would put an album out and then the version that was released as a single was not on the album. So
I get it.
The Any Heartbreak, the single, is not the version that was on the album.
Yeah.
Crucial, the single, was not the version that was on the album. You're Not My Kind of Girl, the single, was not the version that was on the album.
But
these were all remixes. So if you wanted to actually listen to it, you had to buy that single, which at that time was, you remember you used to get the single cassettes that only had the sleeve or like you had to get the single if you wanted to hear the album. I mean the radio version that was released as a single. I never understood that.
That was smart on their end though.
Was it? I mean, I guess because you're going to end up getting record sales and then you're going to get sales on the single.
Yeah. Singles is, you know what I mean? They going to rack up for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially if they was already different. If they was different on the album.
I mean, these are drastically different.
Like in a good way or like?
The single version of all three of those ended up being better than the album version.
Okay, then that makes sense.
Yeah.
For them. Yeah.
Way different and way better.
Yeah. Which is surprising. I got to go back now. I need to hear the album version.
We're going to have me and Teaser got a whole video planned about that one. And I think we sat around and without thinking hard came up with like 10 songs that were relevant to people like us and our parents at the time that were I don't want to say chart talking, but songs that charted high.
Yeah.
That were completely different than what was on the album. One of the most egregious examples of this is MC Hammer. MC Hammer had a song called "They Put Me in the Mix." Okay. It was on Please Hammer, Don't Hurt Him, right?
I had that album.
No. Oh man, I don't remember. It's either on that or Let's Get It Started. I can't remember now. But the version that was released as a single has lyrics, has vocals. The one on the album does not have vocals other than the hook. It's an instrumental with the hook. Like, you're going to put this unfinished version on the album. Like, what?
Hey, yeah.
Anyway.
It just made me think, I definitely had Hammer Don't Hurt Him. Bro.
I had to.
Hilarious. Yo.
I got
Look,
let's get it started. Please, Hammer don't hurt him.
that
Too legit to
album
quit.
and Michael Jackson's Bad. I feel so bad for my grandpa. I just want to apologize. I wore them albums out. I'm talking about night and day. They literally had to hide my Michael Jackson's Bad album because I did not stop playing it. It's kind of like kids today watching the Bluey. Like
I ain't gonna lie, man. Blue's a good show,
bro. I used to have Michael Jackson on spin all day, moonwalking everywhere in the house.
All right, we're gonna get up out of here, but I gotta say one last thing. Bad is overrated.
To me now, yes.
Okay.
But back then, I mean, don't get it twisted now.
I didn't say it was garbage.
Yeah,
I just said it was overrated.
That Liberian Girl's still one of my joints. Love that song. That joint is smooth, dog. That joint is smooth.
All right, man. We're gonna get up out of here. We're gonna have a lot of content on music, for sure. A lot of what we said in this video is probably gonna be revisited and regurgitated.
Yeah, we kind of went a little bit everywhere, but it's all
we
right.
did. It started off as an actual idea, and then it just went.
Yeah, but this is what it's about. We
ended up out in the parking lot tailgating like Tizo and his Carmines. So, like, share, subscribe,
tap in,
go to the store, buy the merch, please. Please subscribe, comment. Please comment. I keep forgetting to mention. Comment on the videos. Like,
tell us what you like, what you don't like. You
can call me a damn fool if you want to. I don't care.
What you guys think we should talk about?
Yes, give us ideas, man, because the brainstorming process in here usually devolves into videos, us watching wrestling promo videos and not getting anything accomplished.
I cannot wait to do this videos. I cannot wait. Oh my gosh.
Anyway, we out of here, y'all.
All right, y'all.
It's only entertainment. Peace.